Oh, I can get started.
Really? No, it hasn't started. Okay. Is it streaming? I have Earth. Can you, Earthy? Can you look on YouTube, see if I'm streaming? If we got it fixed? Okay. Oh, okay. I guess I am live finally. Awesome. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we are actually finally live. I apologize. We're only starting like a half hour late. I'm so sorry. We ran into some interesting technical glitches and, you know, just got to have a sense of humor. So for anyone who, sorry, let me get into the moment here. We wanted to talk about why angels say that our very real lives are just a dream. I'm going to move over here. And we spoke for about an hour on this very subject Monday. So that is on our YouTube page. And we will, I'll tell you, we're going to probably have more sessions on this because it's kind of a big subject. It's about manifestation. You know, when we're asleep, when we're dreaming, we feel like we can create any reality we want. Some of us feel like when we're dreaming, we have no control over our dreams. Other people do lucid dreaming, in which you are aware that you're dreaming and you can interact with your dreams however you want. This is how I grew up dreaming. When I was a child, my brother and sister and I were all lucid dreamers. So we would actually dream together. Since I was like the youngest, basically, if I didn't like what was happening in my dreams, I'd go in, or if I got bored, they'd be dreaming. Suddenly I'd be there and they'd be going, get out of our dreams. But sometimes we dreamed together just for fun. And sorry, just getting comfy after all that time. I'm trying to set everything up. Our encoding software did not work. So we spent the last half hour like installing and uninstalling multiple encoding softwares so we could do this. And that's not what you want to do right before you're like connecting with angels and meditation. So we used to dream, and I grew up always knowing that I could dream whatever I wanted. My brother and sister the same. The result was my brother just became really mellow. He's like, oh, I don't know what happens in my dreams. It's all good. He was all laid back. Yeah, I have a good time in my dreams. I don't really worry about it. My sister realized she could control her dreams. The dreams did whatever she told them to do, and that was it. She forced her dreams to meet her desires, and her dreams had no choice. I was the other way. I was like, wow, this is a dream. I'm aware that I'm dreaming, so nothing can really hurt me. So let's see how crazy and wild we get. My dreams growing up were just out of control. They were insane. So, you know, we all react differently to the exact same stimuli. We can control our dreams. We can let our dreams do what they want. We can run wild with them. It's however we want to live. But what's the difference between dreaming and being awake? In Monday's session, which is, again, available on my YouTube channel, we talked about how the angels are eternal beings of a very high vibration of love. And when we're not in our human life, we are also a pretty high vibration of light. We work with the angels in a symbiotic relationship. The angels are evolving just as we're evolving. The angels exist on a very high vibration. And we have a pretty wide platform of vibrations and emotions. The angels are like love and joy, very high and, loving and joyous. And we've got all these emotions. The angels cannot lower their vibration, but they're trying to widen their vibration. We got a pretty wide vibration. We're trying to raise ours. So we have this wonderful, cohesive, symbiotic relationship. And we spoke a great deal about that on Monday. So go and watch that if you want. But the angels, like, say, I'll bring in my guardian angel. My guardian angel has worked with me through a lot of my lives and is, like good friends with my higher self, who is a being of light, eternal energy. So my angel looks at me and sees me as the dream of my higher self. I'm very real, but I am one aspect of my total being. My total being, pretty much like an eternal being of energy. As some of you know, I was born in this life with total memory of my whole existence from when I was first a spark in the cone of inception and all the travels and journeys I had for a long time before I started incarnating as a human. In fact, my, 35,000 years of incarnating as a human is only a speck of my memory of my existence. So I know I'm real, but I also know that I've had a lot of other realities and I have a higher state of reality. So when I'm in this reality, this is like my daily life. These are the things that make me happy, get me depressed, overwhelmed, excited. My angel is hanging out with my higher self, watching and helping me. My angel doesn't see me as my total reality. My angel sees me as a small part of my total reality. Living a life I had kind of planned before coming into life, but nothing ever goes the way it's supposed to, so I'm kind of making it up as I go along. To the angel, I'm a dream of myself. But the concept of dream and reality to an eternal being of energy and light and love, it's a little different from our concept of reality and dreams. So it's a little more cohesive and connected as well than the definition that we're used to having. So, we shouldn't get offended, like getting offended by what angels tell us. That's like, getting offended because a kitten wants to lick your hand. That's, it's like, it doesn't do any good. So instead, whenever we hear things like the angels telling us, yes, of course, your life is all a dream. If you want to change it, change your dream. We're like, it's not that they're making fun of us or they're telling us something impossible, but they have a skill that we're still acquiring. So the thing is, how do we acquire the skill of using our ability to dream to make a life that is better or more desirable or easier or more flowing or more joyously abundant or healthier, whatever it is we want? First, it really helps to just start believing. And this is where we use the techniques of our dreams within our daily reality. Start believing. Start believing that we can make changes. Start believing that we've got angels helping us. You don't need to think of them as like from the Bible. That's not necessary. They're beings like we are. They're just beings that are not physical. They're beings of love and emotion, and energy and kindness. Open up and say, yes, why not? Who does it hurt for me to say, angels are here and they want to help me have a great life? They want that for everyone. Just start believing, saying yes. It makes a huge difference. Then start believing that you can have what you want, that you can make the changes you desire. This is in several levels of growth within us. On one side, we have to believe in our heart and core that we deserve what we want. That's usually the most difficult part for people. I know I want to, everyone's like, oh, I want a lot of money. I want my soulmate. These are the things that when I tell people, what do you want? It's not that we want money. If I gave you $1 million and said, here you go, here's $1 million, but you can't do anything with it because you want the money. They go, well, I don't want the money. I want the things I'm going to do with the money. So don't worry about wishing for money because that's not what you want. Wish for what you want. I want to be able to pay my bills without any problem and have plenty of money left over to do what I want. That's what you want. Or I want to take a vacation to the Bahamas. That's what you want. I want to have it be like an awesome 2-week vacation where everything goes like I want to be, swimming with dolphins, and I want to be like scuba diving and sailing. I want the whole vacation and no sunburn. Yeah, that's what you ask for. Or I want to own my dream house. And I want this to be a joyous situation where I don't ever have to worry about how my life will be managed. Or I just want my life to flow easily. I want to enjoy my life. These are things we want. I want good health. I want great companionship in my life with people who get me and people who I get, and we have a great time together. When you start thinking in those terms, then you realize I don't care about the money. The money is one of many possible tools to get what I want. If you open yourself up to all these other possible ways of getting what you want, you might find, oh my God, you just won a contest for a 2-week, all expense paid vacation to the Bahamas. Or maybe it's to, Hawaii. You're like, well, it's not quite what I asked for, but it's just as good. Open yourself up and let all the ways come to you. Let your angels help you with this. So believing that this can happen is the first major hurdle. The second one, believing you deserve it. I will go, okay, I want whatever it is I want. Somewhere in the back of my head, it's like, it's not going to work. You can wish for it all you want. It's not going to happen. You're terrible. You're awful. You're lame. you're not going to get it. It's going to fall flat. And then that's just going to prove that all of this is a hoax. You're fooling yourself. You're a loser. I'll go in this huge negative spiral. And I'm like, wow. If I have all that weight hanging on my wish, saying, I don't deserve what I want, telling myself I don't deserve what I want, telling myself I can't do what I want to do, that I can't make wishes for myself come true, then yeah, all I'm going to do is create a reality of can't, don't. I won't create the reality I desire. So when that happens, I look to myself and say, what within me needs some healing? Why would I think this way about myself? And where do I need to send love into myself and release memories, feelings? Maybe it's too many people over the years telling me you can't, or maybe it's a childhood memory, or, who knows what it is, but it's a chance to look into myself and heal myself, release all of the doubt, and then look back into myself and go, I feel a lot better now. Let's see. Sometimes it takes a few tries. And then there's believing that reality can be different from what we're used to. Believing that miracles happen. Believing that the 3D linear time reality we were told is the sum of all is one way of being, but not all ways of being. Like, some of you attend my spoon bending classes, in which I'll get a room of people, give them beautiful silverware, and tell them to go ahead and bend it. And by the end of the day, we have a pile of silverware. Look at this. Oh my God, I can pull as hard as I want. I'm not making a change. But this was like taffy in my hands when I bent it like this. This is an actual commercial grade serving spoon from my chef days. And I did this the other day when I was talking to my dear friend Amanda, whose energy is like so amazing that I had to do something with my hands just to like get the energy flowing through me. And it was just like so soft. And now, like, I would hurt myself if I tried to undo this right now. So look at that. I prove all the time that I can change reality. I can make solid, unbendable metal, do tight little spirals and loops and tie them into knots. So if that's possible, what else is possible? I was with the amazing Reverend Michael Shane. That's MyChaelShane. I love this man so much. He and his entire family are amazing. And he opened up an energy vortex. I mean, I was sitting like 2 feet away from him. He opened an energy vortex, and these crystals fell through the vortex into a cloth in front of him. And they're stunningly beautiful. They're not like crystals like I'm going to go and earn $1 million off selling them, but they're actually the exact perfect crystals for me. They are actually very meaningful for me. And the fact that they fell through a black vortex along with others, there were like hundreds of them, into a cloth. If that can happen, and it's real, what else can happen? So when the angels tell us our lives are a dream, they're giving us a tool to work with. They're telling us there's more to our lives than we're acknowledging. They're telling us that if we accept what else is out there, if we say, wow, levitation can happen, then we can start levitating things. If we say teleportation can happen, I have kind of, sometimes when I work with the amazing Reverend Michael Shane and I'm practicing, like I was in a building and I took the escalator down one flight and then walked to where I was going. And like, I know I went down one flight and I know I was walking where I was going, and I looked around, I had gone down 3 floors, not one. And one time my son and I were driving south on Route 95, and suddenly we looked around and we were about 20 miles on 95 in the exact opposite direction. Or we're like, we have yet to figure out how that happened, because that was a disturbing situation. So now when I drive, I pay like really good attention. And when I go down escalators, I pay really good attention, because I do have a tendency to end up places that I don't mean to. So what does that mean? It doesn't feel like I teleport, but it does feel like I walk through space. And someday I'm going to learn to master that, so I can maybe walk through a door and end up in Hawaii. So these are things that we know can happen. These are things that I have seen happen, or I know people who have had things happen, people who are honest and tell me stories. I'm like, wow. So if we believe in ourselves, and we believe in the extraordinary, and we believe that we deserve what we want, and we believe that the reality we know is only one part of reality, that there's a lot more that we can make use of, then we can create the dreams that we want. When the dreams we want don't happen, there's a few possibilities. One is you may be learning a life lesson you have to learn, and wishing yourself out of it is not going to help you with that life lesson. Another reason is the wish doesn't happen because you need to work on your technique of self-belief, of self-acceptance. Sometimes it takes a while. The first time I bent a spoon, it was this one, and I carried it around with me for like 5 days, just working on it. And then it bent, this tight little curly Q here. And I'm like, oh. But it took me like 5 days to figure out the first one. And now, I bend them all the time. So, now, of course, anyone can like force bend a spoon. The point is to not force it, just like when you do pendulum work. Of course, you can swing a pendulum. The point is to become a hollow tube, a conduit, and let the energy flow through you to do it. So yes, I use my hands when I spoon bend, but I know other people who can do it without just like holding it and use their mind. Someday I'll do that. But it all starts with the belief. It all starts with the acknowledgement that you deserve what you want. Certainly connecting with your angelic helpers. And again, it doesn't matter what your belief system is. It doesn't matter if you're, what your connection with the angels are. There are beings of the non-physical who are here to help us with our lives. They may be doing it to help us because they're benevolent, just as adults help children, or they may be doing it because we're symbiotic, helping us helps them. They may do it because it's really entertaining watching us go through our stuff. There's as many reasons why they're helping as there are reasons that we could use their help. But the more you open yourself up and you say, I accept the help that's given to me, the more you look in yourself and say, I deserve this help. Through and through, I know, I feel, I deserve. The more you can recreate your reality the way you and they want it, the way you want it. How do we do this? I mean, it's easiest to start with little things. Things that aren't going to like throw you off your step. Just like, you know, if you decide to take dance lessons, you're not going to start with having people lift and toss each other around and doing big leaps. You're going to start with like the box step, you know. So start with little things. I'll start every day when I wake up in the morning and I'm still lying in bed. I will say good morning. I'll say good morning to my angel. I'll ask if there's anyone else there who wishes to connect with me. I always start with saying, I feel so blessed to be alive. I welcome and invite anyone who is of the highest vibration, anyone who resonates on the level of angels and above. I welcome and invite you to come and connect with me, share with me, help me, let me help you, teach me. Let's just have a good time. But I set the intention that only those of the vibration of the angels on up, or I might say my higher self. I welcome my higher self, my soul guardians, my soul mates, my soul family, those who care about my well-being and are here to help me. Anyone who is below the vibration of my higher self and my soul family can stay away. Any who wants to come near me, raise the vibe, raise the house, raise the roof, whatever. But set your intention. You don't want to worry about any little bugaboos coming along. The more love and the higher your vibration, the easier it is to just emanate that. But still, you know, set your intention. But part of setting your intention is also so that when someone comes in to chat with you, you know you can trust them. You won't immediately go, what if they're like a bugaboo? And then you send away like the most divine angel ever. You know, so set your intention. If you want to call to your animal spirit guide, set that intention. Set your intention so you don't need to worry about who's coming in. And I think we have a few videos on meditations to like create sacred space for yourself on my YouTube channel. We have like close to 200 videos on there with meditations and stuff. Not very well organized though. So we're hitting 8 o'clock. I know we started late. We'll be on time next week. But feel welcome to go on to my YouTube channel. Next week, we will start 8 o'clock now that we got, all this set up. Next week, we're going to talk about how to be an empathic person healthfully. How to be empathic without, so you can help everyone. Even feel everything out there, see everything without absorbing anything. Keep yourself healthy and in good shape. It's easier to help others if you're not like having to heal yourself first to help them of the same issues that you absorbed from them. So we're going to talk about how being empathic, where you can even walk into a room full of people and not absorb anything. So thank you so much. And sorry we were late. We'll be on time next week. I hope you all have a great night. Bye.